Hi, my name is Yashmin Levy. I am from Jamaica. I am in the TESOL program here at York University, a great program to say. And I have been a teacher also of English for 21 years back in Jamaica.
Hello, my name is Matthew, and I am in my final year for the TESOL program at York University. I saved the practicum course for the last course because all my peers told me that it is the funnest course to take, so I saved the best for last.
My name is Sajidur Rahman Milon. I was a teacher back home for more than 10 years. Then I immigrated to Canada in 2011 as a university professor, but unfortunately couldn't be a professor, and instead I upgraded in doing masters in IT. I want to bridge the gap that I have lost, the thing that I have gone for my life. I want to get all these things back by being a teacher. I want to be an teacher who imparts his lesson effectively, and I want to also embed my lessons and everything with technology.
After I finish the TESOL program, I am looking to find a job as an educator in, I would say I'm interested in ULE or the LINK program or even at the English School of Canada.
Yes, I did a master's in applied linguistics. My background in teaching English is teaching English as a subject. And I've never taught English as a second language. I don't want to step into it haphazard in the sense of fishing for things. I want to have the skill set so I can advance to that program.
I got to experience real life classroom management skills by the teachers. They had a great lesson plan, and they were following like the order of their lesson plan, which I saw it was very effortless for them, and that's the kind of teaching I want to adapt and use in my classes.
This is the theory that I had before, but I could see in my eyes in front of me in practice all those things were visibly imparted in front of me by the use of technology, and also the theoretical things, especially socio-linguistic things that I learned in the class.
I have learned one thing I think I want to highlight about it is, and it's maybe not so much specific to that context, but that always wear a smile.
I observed almost like 25 students, and 25 students are from almost like 10 countries. She had to change the way of lecturing. I mean, adapting her lecture to the particular group of students. And also, she did her job so nicely by imparting her lessons, keeping in mind the level of understanding, the level of learning of the students. This was very good to know, very good to observe.
No matter what, she's always smiling. And even when she's correcting the students, she's smiling. But I realize how important that one little, if you call it asset, can be in the classroom. Other thing I learned that is very important is building relationships. That's what I learned through my mentor, that building relationships with your students is also important. And I see that she does that in every way by getting to know about their lives.
The questions they get is unpredictable, and you always have to be ready with giving some kind of answer to the students for them to understand the material that they are learning. Teachers even used like Google search for pictures to help the students understand. So it was very like on the spot, but they were always able to deliver. The classrooms weren't that big. In one of my observations, there were 6 students. In another observation, that class had 9 students, and then my other class had only 3 students. All the students were in class, and in the beginning of the class, it was quiet, but after the teacher started making some jokes and making like breaking the ice with the students, they opened up more, and you'd hear them speak more Also, by asking them open-ended questions, force them to say more than just yes and no.
There were no beginners, but almost like intermediate type of students. Especially they were there to bridge the gap. Like they will be, it was academic bridging program. If anybody wants to learn effectively, that student has to know English properly, and that proper education could be possible by attending those sort of classes.
They are mainly from the Chinese background, and there's one Korean student in the classroom. They are very quiet bunch. But if you give them something to do on the computer, then you'll find the engagement is heightened in that regard. But other than that, but they're also quite polite. I find them to be a quiet bunch, but not hard to work with. I would have advised myself to be more open-minded and more outspoken. After finishing my first program, I realized or in the midst of it, I realized that I needed to be more open-minded and be more outspoken, because it is something that will be outspoken more so because it tends to advance you better. It allows for you to learn more about people, and people can learn more about you in all that regard. So yes, that would be the advice I would give myself, to be more open-minded and to be more outspoken.
I would say that 2 months ago, when I was introduced to this project, I am not a tech person, but I learned a lot of transferable skills. And I would just say to myself that to relax and everything will fall into place. You just have to do the work, and you would be, yeah, that's it. That's it.
Just I want to be an accomplished teacher. That is always in my mind, and that's why after 12 years of predicament, or whatever you say, existential crisis, I came back to York. As a family person, it was very difficult for me to pursue my dream, but now I have left everything back to go back and catch up with the dream that I left behind long ago.
I would say that the program is very well geared towards the students who want to be educators. I feel becoming an educator is also becoming like a role model. I want to help newcomers who come to Canada and they're integrating into a new society. I wanted to just give back to my community, and I feel this is a great profession, teaching them language while they are adapting to a new culture and society.
I ended up going into teaching for different reasons. It was a job that was there, put it that way. But being in the profession and being here for quite some time, it is quite fulfilling. Yes, it has its good moments, high moments and the low moments, but all of them combined together has taught me a lot over the years. I know persons who say, oh, never again, but I don't regret going to teaching in at all. And I don't mind working with younger learners because they build you in a great way that you will never, ever, some person will never imagine. It has taught me a lot and it has built me in a great way that I have no regrets about it. I have no regrets.